Good evening and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin, principal of Simply Improve Health, and I help people to train better and longer and recover more quickly, have better sleep, and better general health using simple plant-based products and simple techniques. This evening's live, I wanted to share with you how I managed to turn lemons of life into lemonade. And it wasn't an easy thing, but what prompted this activity of mine was due to a course that I was doing 8 years ago now. And I was working on my course to be qualified as a psychotherapist. And at the end of the course, just about at the end of the course, I had this awful feeling that I had wasted a hell of a lot of money and my time. And did I make a huge mistake by doing this course? Now, you can imagine how I felt. I'd spent over 7,000 pounds, which is about, at the time, was about $9,000. And I was pretty pissed that the course that I made such an effort to register for wasn't delivering as far as I was concerned. The model of the course was fine. I had no problems with that. It was the tutors that I had problems with. And suffice it to say that it was a struggle and a battle the entire time. Not only was I, except for a Japanese student, the only other non-white student in the course, but between being the black sheep, literally, of the group, and then having another tutor, that was one tutor, and then having another tutor who had a thing about Americans. So between the two of them, they were driving me crazy. I mean, I was killing off my tutors in my dreams. It was really not nice. And which is why when I got to the end of the course, after I was just weary of constant battles, weary. I mean, so bad that one weekend encounter that we had weekend courses where we did intensive work. And one particular weekend, this one particular tutor gave us an exercise to do. We broke up into groups. We did the exercise, and then we were supposed to report back on what occurred when the pairs of people did the exercise. Now, I did what she asked. I reported back, and then I was told, "You didn't do it right." Excuse me, I followed your instructions to the letter. But no, she was determined that, she was going to browbeat me, and it left me literally shaking and crying with rage and itching to wrap my fingers around that crazy woman's throat. I actually had to go into the ladies' room and kind of splash some water in my face and say a prayer, because honest to God, I was going to knock that woman flat on her ass. She was getting on my last nerves. But got through it, got through the rest of the weekend. And funnily enough, I had been warned something was going to go down, because the night before I had this crazy little dream. And I was getting ready for my martial arts class, but I couldn't find my belt. And I was hunting all over for the belt. I couldn't find it. And that was the little snippet of the dream. It wasn't until I was on my way home from class that same day that I realized what the dream was trying to tell me. I was literally getting ready for battle. I didn't know it at the time when I had the dream, but that's exactly what happened. It was a battle, and the reason why I wasn't wearing my belt is because I wasn't prepared for battle. I wasn't prepared to go into class and be attacked like that. But never mind. What that's prompted me to do is seek a way forward, something that to get some kind of support, because some days I thought I was losing my mind on this course, a psychotherapy course, and losing my mind. It was diabolical. But I'm convinced that one day after this occurrence, I met a fellow student on another program that was taking place in the same building. And he said to me, "You need to check out this organization called BOTN, the Black and African and Asian Therapist Network. They're having their annual conference, and I think it would do you a lot of good." To this day, I swear that man was an angel, because I never saw him before, and I've been at that place for 2 years, and I never saw him again afterwards, after he gave me that advice. I'm convinced that was an angel, because that day when I went to that conference and I spoke about what my experiences had been, and I was sitting among eminent psychotherapists, Black and Asian psychotherapists who were experts and well known in their fields. And they were all kind of nodding and looking thoughtful. And yes, I remember how that was. And I did basically just blew a gasket and said, "This is unacceptable. This is totally and utterly unacceptable. 25, 30 years and we're still talking this shit. Got to go. Got to stop." And I issued a call that day. I issued a call to take those lemons that I had been served up by my tutors on my course to make some kind of lemonade. And what I ended up creating 8 years ago was the Each One Teach One mentoring program. And yesterday, as a matter of fact, I was in an open day where potential students and mentors got together to find out about the program and how it works. And I'm so glad that instead of just getting mad or becoming frustrated or wanting to beat up my tutors, I made something good out of it. Something good came out of a bad experience. And in fact, the program is growing year on year. More and more students are coming, new mentors are coming. Local colleges and universities are becoming aware of us and starting to recommend us. And it started with myself and 4 other people who believed in my vision. I hadn't started out as a psychotherapy student to be able to administer and care for other students coming behind me, but it seems that that was really where I needed to use my skills, not only as a therapist and working one-on-one with people, but I have the ability now to impact dozens of people. And over the last 8 years, let me see, well over 100 students have come through the program, and recommend the program to other students, and I'm really proud of that. It's the program I wish somebody had created for me to take advantage of, but I'm glad that I was able to take a situation and turn it around. And I would challenge you to think about that. Where in your life are you being served up lemons and it's making you screw up your face like this? Where are you doing that? Where is that happening in your life? And more importantly, what are you gonna do about it? Sometimes you can't do anything about it. It may be that you're contending with a difficult boss and you feel duty bound because you got to pay your bills to stay put. Fair enough. But if you're in a situation where you can affect a change, and even in that situation, you can affect a change. You can ask to sit down and talk to your boss or talk to HR, or come up with a solution to find a way forward, or a suggested solution. So you're never completely hidebound or boxed into a corner because of a situation, because it makes you, feel lesser, feel bad, feel angry or upset or hurt. And I was feeling all of those things when this course was going on. Yes, I was going on a course that was going to make me look at myself in a deeper and more intense way, and it was going to bring up a lot of garbage to be gotten rid of. Fair enough, but it was bad enough dealing with internal garbage that needed to be removed, and then have to deal with the garbage that I was being handed by some of my tutors. I mean, it was a mess. It was a mess. I had to battle for everything, and it just struck me that I could either wallow in the unpleasant feelings that were being generated by this behavior, or, or as we say, I didn't even want to get mad. I wanted to get even. I mean, I don't know if I got things of which I stand by and other people stand by, and I am truly, truly proud of. And we started as volunteers. It's only been in the last couple of years that I've been actually paid to do this work, and not very much, but at least it recognizes the efforts that I and my fellow team members have been making and are making. And long may it continue, even when I'm long gone. So think about that. Where are you being served up lemons? And what can you do to turn those lemons into lemonade? You may be very surprised at what you end up doing. I certainly was, but it was one of the best things I ever could have done. And I'm sure if you take the time to think about how to make lemonade out of this stuff that people have been handing to you, you'll surprise yourself too. Thanks so much for listening and watching. If you have any comments, please leave them. I'm always happy to respond to them. If you'd like to leave a wow or a thumbs up, a love heart, whatever, leave an emoji. I'm happy to receive those too. Thanks so much for listening and watching once again. Have a lovely evening and a fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. My computer won't shut me off.